as a service. So I hope you enjoy it. And so what do I mean by saying happy life? For me, it's when you have like a business, some service, and it's running. You don't have to work like all the time on it. This gives you like money every day, and you can go on holiday for 3 months, and you come back, and your business still gives you the same money, or it's even bigger than it was when you left it. So this is my vision of happy life, and to achieve it, I think it has to have three key points. It should have a recurrence revenue. So this is a stuff that you can stop working on it for a while, and it still gives you money. And it should have automated sale, so you don't need to go from door to door and sell it again and again. It helps a lot. I think it's much more easier to work with businesses, not with just usual customers. And in this idea, it's much more easier. Why? I think so because we are here business, and if you compare, you earn a money, and if I can help you earn more, you are willing to pay me like some personal fee. It's much more easier to charge like a business $100 than a person like $5. So this is my vision. And if you have some questions while I'm speaking, we can discuss it. And to make you more happy and energized, you don't need any idea and no money to do it. So don't worry, and it's not so hard. So first of all, I would like to review the process, how we are doing it right now. So right now, a lot of people think that we need a great idea, and ideas like here everything, and we have this like brainstorms, meetings, and everything. Oh, this idea is already talking. Oh shit, I'm so sad, and all this stuff. Or we came up with idea for yourself, and I think this is wrong, and I'll show why. Actually, I can speak about it right now. So when you come up with idea, it's usually sometimes you don't understand that people just don't need it. Like, oh, I want to build, for example, a website where I can make my own post. I want to buy something. I'm not just like on eBay. You have a lot of lists of sellers, but I think, oh, it's a great idea. I can post like I want to buy something. But maybe there's just no competitors. It's a huge market, but it's just not valuable. No one needs it. So why should I build it? And usually it's a failure. And the second problem is coming up with idea. We have advice, like everyone's saying advice. Came up with idea for yourself because you know what you need. But also this can be wrong. For example, on my example, I would like to have an app for people that comes to Norway from not so rich country, I guess, aside. And in this app, for example, we have advices that you don't need to pay so much taxes, or you can get something for free. It's a great idea for me, but it's wrong because I'm wrong market. I need this app because I don't have enough money. So it means I will not pay your money for this app. So this is why it's wrong. As a second step, what we do, is it so hard?
No.
Is it hard or?
No, it's really good.
The second step, what people do and came up idea. So we built a product. Think, oh, it's a great idea. Let's build it. And it's the most expensive step to do, and it takes a lot of time. And I think it should be not on the second, not the second step, but the last one, because it's the most expensive. You should build a product when you are sure that hey, this is a great idea. It's going to work. People are going to pay me for it, and afterwards we just build it. And this the last point we showed to the world what we did, like our creation. And I think it's fine, but as a result, usually we have 90% of failure. And so we should think about it. And with my idea of process, how to do it, I'm not saying that there will be less failure, but you understand in this progress, you see the failure over here, just your result. Afterwards, you came up idea, build a product, and show to the world, and you see, okay, oh, no one needs it. So you have a failure after going through all these steps, and it usually takes like from half a year to a few years. So it's really expensive way of doing it and inefficient. So this is how I think it's better to do. So we don't came up with idea first. We just find a market. You find their like people, your potential customers first. Then we make this idea extraction. I'll talk about it a bit later. So this is where you came up with like idea. Afterwards, you have to validate your idea. Make sure it's actually a valid idea and people are going to pay for your it. Yeah. And of course, you need to build and run it. And I'll tell you more details. So first, we should find a market. So this is our potential clients. Here are a few steps which should help us to find the market. I think it's much more easy to work business to business because business are making money, and if you help, so the key point why you're like going to work with businesses is because if business making money, like okay, Unlink is doing 100 crowns per hour. If I help you to earn more, you are willing to like pay me some percent of it. It's much more easier. So when you're looking for a market has to be profitable. As I said before, like for myself, I'm not profitable market because I don't have enough money to pay you. So you should think about it like, and it's really easy to figure out if market is profitable. Just search for job opportunities on a website. If some market or company is hiring more people, it means that this market is growing and it's very profitable. Also, this market has to be reachable. It's really important because you need to speak to your customers, ask their opinion, feedback, and it's also really easy. And why it's easy to do with business to businesses because businesses usually wants to be open for clients. They have a website, so it's really easy to reach for clients, but it also for us really easy to reach those businesses. It's also very important to be able to reach a decision maker of this business when you're selling something. Like if you want to work with like restaurants and you have some idea for how to make waiters work better, it's very hard to sell for a waiter because he's not decision making, it's not his business. You should be able to reach a manager. This is very important when you are selling stuff. This is like a small advice to work with specific niche. It's not so important, but when you're working with some specific niche of market, like you want to build a product for a school, or like I think with Yast you have like time tracking for every user. It's a bit hard to like this market don't have a specific problem. If you build a product for a school for blind person that plays on a guitar, they have a small problem, it's a small market, but it's so specific. If you solve it, they'll use your app. It's like a small advice. And to make presentation more clear, I would like to do it like on examples. And I thought about, let's find some market that fits this criteria, like in Sonda. Just to my mind, think, let's take a pizzeria, makes a pizza, right? It's business to business, makes money, easy to reach, and I can call to a manager and speak to him. Well, let's do it. So, the second step, it's called idea extraction. It's where you kind of find an idea. And here's a few points how you do it. So The main difference here, we do not come with your own idea. You don't create an idea. You speak to your customer, like you go to the pizzeria and you speak to a business owner and ask for a problem. You say, okay, what problem do you have in your business? Just tell me. And when they tell you this problem, you make an idea of that problem. Just don't imagine ideas yourself, like, oh, pizzeria probably have some problem with clients, or I can help them to get more clients. You just ask them, what's your real problem? So this is key points, and the best to do the idea extraction is to call the customer, and it works better when you have a connection on by phone, not just but by emails, because it just works better. And I'll just quickly review a few steps how to get customers on phone. When you send an email, you ask for some permission, can I call you, and you can get personal calls. Also on these emails, it's really useful to start like teaching your customer or your potential clients. When you just ask for someone, you make a cold call and hello, it's my name and I would like to talk to you. People will say, oh no, thank you, I don't have a time for it, just goodbye. But if you start like teaching your company, it's like, oh, hello, I know a few cool advices how you can improve it, people probably will read it and help you. And it's a few helpful steps, but I'm not going to spend so much time on it. So I would like to talk more about this idea extraction, how we get this idea. So you get your customer on phone, or you just go to them and speak. First of all, you have to find a pain that is part of a business, not just everyday pain. I have a pain of waking up in the morning, but it's not a part of a business. It has to be really related to money. So you can say, okay, this is a pain, and this is how much money does it cost. And it's when you're looking for a pain, it's much more better if this pain is like everyday pain. If it's a pizzeria, like you sell a pizza, or you have like some return, or customer like ordered a pizza and he doesn't want it. Now you have a problem of returning pizza. It's like everyday problem. It's much more easier to sell it if it's everyday problem. Like here's a good example of everyday problem and not. Pizzeria needs to sell, like have a customer that says that they haven't ordered this pizza, they ordered another one, and they have like a return. They just throw it away. And they have like every day, like 2 pizzas they're just throwing away. Another problem, it's my major of course, they have got, for example, after 2 years, if they don't update the receipt, just customer gets bored. It's also a problem if you call another pizzeria that have exactly this problem. Right now they say, oh, it's so huge problem, like our customers just don't want to eat our pizza because the recipe is old. But it's not everyday problem, it just happens once in 2 years. And it's much more easier if you go like, for everyday pay. The result of not solving the problem is visible today. It's a bit related to everyday pain. Sometimes you have like some problems, and if you are solving a problem with throwing out of pizza that the customer didn't order it, you see this pain in the bill next month, not just like a year afterwards. You see this is here. Figure out what is the most important for the customer. It's also a bit useful when you start a building product, because sometimes customer can say you a lot of problems. So I have this and this and this. So okay, what's the most important for you? Yeah, it's useful. Dig deep enough. What does it mean? When you speak to some person, they can say, oh, I have a problem, like I don't have enough time. So you can say, oh great, let's do your tools for time management. Yeah, so you just came up with idea immediately after this, like you get some pain, you came up with idea, and it can be wrong because user can say, I don't have enough time, but why? Because I need to do some stupid stuff with like Excel every day. Oh, I have a customer that have a birthday, and I have them in Excel. I have like thousands. I need to just go and see just by date. And it takes me like 2 hours every day. That's why I don't have time. But the real problem is working with Excel, not because I don't have time. And this is like a small trick that's very useful when you speak to a person. Make sure make feelings that you really understand them. When they say, oh, I have a problem with managing, going through the Excel. You say, oh, so you have a problem with going through Excel. I say, yes. You just repeat what they said, and it sounds like you really understand this person. It's like give you trust. It really works. That's what I wanted to mention. There's a few useful questions you can ask when you make this idea extraction call. Just tell me your working day. You just listen to person. I go to work. I spend 2 hours doing this and this, and I say, oh, so you understand what they're doing, and you can help them. What activity takes the most time? You can, if they have a lot of pain, you can rate which takes most time. And if you have like two painful problems, and one take 5 minutes, and another take 4 hours, it's much more better to solve a problem that takes 4 hours because it's worth more. You are willing to charge for it more. Just work in Excel. It's when you hear it, people say like, "Oh, we're using Excel for tracking user." It just has to be like some light in your head. Then it is this checkpoint because it's really hard. Yeah, it's great tools, but for businesses it's really hard, and you can usually make it easier with some specific software. Is there anything you think, oh, I need to do it again when you wake up? So if a person has this thoughts in their minds, it's probably a big enough pain to solve. Can you show me your email list? Sometimes people don't understand that this is a problem, or if you just look on emails, which emails do they receive every day, sometimes also can help you to find some pain. This is really useful stuff, but it's when you came up with, when you get some painful problems for your customers, and you need to make an idea how we're going to solve it. Just give a magic wand to this person and say, oh, here's a magic wand. How you would like to solve this problem? So, oh, yeah, I would do this and this and this. And you just say, okay, let's do it. You don't even need to create a solution for it. You just say, oh, what's the best problem? What's the best solution? How would you like to have it? And they create it for you. And if this person already looking for some software, or they're using some software, oh, we are using some time tracking system for taking the time, and it's like, don't solve our problems. You can say, oh, great, maybe we can build another one. It's also useful. Any questions? No? So, validation. So you ask for a pain, you find some painful problems. Pizzeria, example. We are throwing to pizza every day because customers say we ordered another one. How you would validate this is a real valuable idea? Any suggestion? Your thoughts? Right. It's pretty simple. Just sell it. Make a sale without even having a product. You have an idea, customers say, oh, we're throwing pizza every day. You give a magic wand. Well, what's the best solution would be for you? Oh, I have some receipt saying that you have ordered it, right, with your signature and all the stuff. So if you come to me and say, I ordered this, you just receive this. If not, it's your fault, you have to pay, for example, for it. And you just say, okay, this is your solution. Would you pay for it right now? If they pay for you, it's really good indicators. This is a real pain, and they're willing to pay for you. Yeah. So this is a few steps about this validation. So you don't build a product until you make a real sale. You make some sketch or mock-up, people say, oh, I would like to have some receipt. So okay, here's your app. You click order. You see your picture of your pizza, saying what it is. If you buy it, you get some printed receipt of your order. You just make a sketch, like mock up, whatever, even you can draw it and show it to your customer. Okay, this is it. Are you going to pay for it? If yes, just sell it. And if you get enough, and trick with this sale, yeah, sometimes you can say, oh, how I can sell stuff without even having it? I'm selling a product, but I don't have anything. And you can say, oh, if you buy right now, I can give you 10% discount, or just pay for 3 months and 4 you get for free, or you will have to access to my phone 24/7 because you're like our first customer. You will be treated specially, and it helps make a sale. When you have, and this is why you don't need the money, because all these steps until building, you can do it like in 1 week. You just go to pizzeria, speak to them, find a problem, say, you are thinking about the solution for a day. The next day you just go, okay, here it is, are you going to buy it? Yes. And it takes you just, less than a week. And here you can fail. After a week, we see people saying, oh no, I'm not going to pay you. But it took you just like a few days or a week, so it doesn't feel so painful for you. So afterwards, you just build an MVP. And why you build an MVP? If you speak to huge market, not in with a specific problem like a niche, but let's say, okay, I'm going to sell to every pizzeria, huge one, small one, with delivery, and all the
What's an MVP?
it's minimum viable product. Minimum, it's small. It has to be small, viable. It should have some real value. It's a product. So why it's important to build to MVP is it's a small product. Because if you target a huge market like all the pizzeria, different pizzeria have different problems and say, oh, I need to deliver it and I need to track this, all this stuff, and say, okay, hold a second, what's the most important for you? Say, okay, return of pizza. So let's make a first version that solves just this small problem, not all the problems. And you deliver to your customer. So afterwards, you have a customers already, you show them your first version of an app, everything goes fine, but of course you need to improve it, deliver next version. I'm not going to speak about a lot about it, but it's the best, I think for me, it's the best to do it in Lean approach, build visual norm. If you're not familiar with it, you can ask me, I will do the next presentation. And running a product or a service, it's really important because idea worth nothing. And I might actually steal this table for someone else. But if you come up with even with brilliant idea, oh, I have a Facebook idea. If you come up first with a Facebook idea, but you don't run it, you just have idea, you build it, and you don't have any customer, you don't do any event, no presentation, nothing, it's just worth $20. It will not give you a lot of money. So running is also very important. Think of pizzeria, if I just go to Sondal pizzeria and find a cool I build a product, but I don't go to another pizzeria, I just have one pizzeria that will pay me $20 a month, and this is it. So you need to really run it. And it's a huge, about running, it's really huge huge stuff to speak, so I'm not going to tell a lot about it. So bad sides. With this process, people usually want just to get something better, faster, and just small improvements. So you're not going to come up with new idea. So if you're approaching this process of building a software, you're not going to end up with some revolutionary idea. If car industry will do it this way, we'll be using the horses, not the cars. So customers doesn't know what they need actually, really. And yeah, this is it actually.